My parents did a really good job of teaching us to be responsible with our money, and they started teaching us how to save at a really young age. And I started babysitting when I was 11. I started working part-time jobs in high school in the summers at age 14, and I kept working little part-time jobs throughout high school and college, and was able to save up enough to pay for the first 3 years of college by myself, no loans. And then when I got to the 4th year of college, my coursework got really intense with student teaching and other things, and I wasn't able to do as many of the part-time jobs as I had done before. So I had to take out my very first college loan, and over the last year and a half of college, I racked up $11,000 in loans.
I met Courtney when she was in college, and I was in the Navy. 4 months later, we were engaged, and then a year after that, we got married. During our period leading up to marriage, we had saved up enough for the wedding, but when the honeymoon came along, we didn't have enough, so we did what most people would do. We put it on a credit card. After I finished up my year in the Navy, the job that I had lined up didn't quite materialize, so I ended up out of a job and paid bills to pay, so we racked on some more credit and kept adding up.
It was at that time that I actually got pregnant with our first son, Jeremiah, and of course we weren't in the greatest financial situation at that time, and on top of that, one of our cars needed to be replaced, so we made another bad decision and we bought an almost new SUV and signed on a $13,000 car loan. So our situation just kept getting worse and worse. One night after Jeremiah was born, we sat down to analyze our financial situation and realized we were all of a sudden $40,000 in debt. We had about $11,000 of my school loans. We now had a $13,000 car loan, and on top of that, we had racked up almost $15,000 in credit card loans. And so all of that together was just a lot. It was $40,000, and to realize that we were that far in debt was just such a sickening, horrifying, enslaving feeling. And we really knew we had to do something, but we just kept putting it off.
In February of 2009, we found out that I found out that I had some opportunities at work to travel and make some extra money on overtime. So I started taking a couple extra jobs, and I would bring my family with me from place to place. And after the longest trip, about 6 months out in San Diego, we took another look, and sure enough, we'd been, hacking away at the debt bit by bit, but we still had quite a ways to go, and we'd been listening to Dave Ramsey on the radio. So we, after that trip, I sat down with Courtney, and I said, we should just go ahead and take the course, this Financial Peace University. And she said she was kind of hesitant because, we're already trying to get out of debt. We don't want to spend another $100 just for a course. And so I just said, no, we really need to do it. And so it's been one of the best decisions of our marriage. Really opened up communication between us and really goals and what we wanted to do in the future.
So we started Financial Peace University in April of 2010, and it's a 13-week course, so it went through June of 2010, and right away we started following Dave Ramsey's principles, his baby steps. And so we actually started the envelope system, which is this right here, where we have different envelopes for groceries, gas, clothing, restaurants, and flow money, things like that. And so the envelope system was really good for us because when that money in that envelope was gone, it was gone. No more putting it on a credit card, and actually at that time, we cut up our credit card and stopped using it altogether. So that was wonderful. And in just the first couple of months of our Dave Ramsey course, God tremendously blessed us, and we saw a huge difference in our financial situation. We were starting to quickly chip away at our debt, and get things in order and in line. And for the first time ever in our marriage, we weren't fighting about money. And it was awesome. It was so wonderful to not fight about money anymore.